there is a storyline at least. If we do stand with the Bears, then we do have a rematch, Bad News Bears versus Liquid
That's
waiting.
what I want in a way, which no disrespect to EXTREMUM. I kind of feel though, you know, all the money, all the time, the luxury of playing in Europe. If you do lose to Bad News Bears, you kind of only got yourself to blame. That's how I feel about it. Equally though, the prospect of PTR leading his merry band of, you know, MDL Pug Stars to a rematch with Liquid and then winning that. Whoa, that's great television, guys. Not even Mind Cop can challenge that. You know,
that's the thing. It would be a sick storyline, wouldn't it? But is it gonna happen? That's the problem, right? There's been a lot of storylines that, if they'd happened in a different way, would have been so cool, and then we get robbed of them because the results just aren't there. So I'm really hoping that we can see the best of Bad News Bears in the server for this second map. They're gonna need it.
Yeah, we'll find out if Spongie's had his sandwich.
That's still one of the best things. It does make me love Bad News Bears even more, though, because I relate to that, man. I remember when I started casting, I was living at home with my parents. My mum and dad would always try and come in the room, and it's like, no, you guys don't get it. It's the internet. Go away.
In my house, how it would work, mate, is they would throw the sandwich on the floor, and then me and, like, all my siblings would have to fight.
Sandwich and one stick, you know? Yeah. Well, winner has the crust.
Yeah, that was just how it worked, mate. Wasn't how you winning, son. How you living, son. That's how that was the big question in my house.
Let's hop here for EXTREMUM, segueing into the site. Liaz has got an entry. And oh, what is that? Chonchi fully sending. BTR and Spongy will fall as well. And that's why you often see teams leave it to the retake, right? Wait for that bomb to go down. At worst case, you know you're going to catch a player who's planting and isn't able to peak with the team. And yeah, that's, I mean, it's a crazy play. You know, Jonji, team player for doing it, offered that call, but it doesn't really do them any favors.
Two Mac 10s here though for Bentet and Acer. Probably a pretty quick outside push here. Jacob on that mini roof, but as I say that, both of them go down. It's a quick turnaround here. All of a sudden, it's gonna be a mini split.
What just happened?
Well, I'll tell you, the two guys that tried to go main roof, one got headshotted with the scout. The other guy, who survived, still got tagged by the scout, fell into Jonji, didn't he? Look, you don't forget about that. And then in the door, in the hut, get hit by the Altered Eagle.
What did he even wallbang him through?
Now that,
he was out the hut, though.
Now that part, Hugo, that part I couldn't tell you.
Okay, well,
the ghost of whoever he killed beforehand.
Oh. Well, that's one way to flip the scales in your favor. Ramp crunch. Oh, they're running the smoke. Oh, they're not running the smoke. They bail. Probably good for them. There were two on the ramp room. And now there's only 2A. So a chance at this top site if they want it instead. Back outside with the late smokes. Standard smokes here, just red cross. So likely actually going to be seeing an attempt to get everyone down towards B right now. Maybe one lurker left outside or in the lobby. Bentet looks to be that guy. Jonji, you can climb over red here. It's a great play. Oh, the scout. That's 2 shots in a row. Jonji just walks the smoke behind them and he kills another with a bomb. Oh no. Jonji hits him with a molly as well. Another kill. Deagle out. Just flexing at this point. Finally put to bed, but he's done his job. 2 on 4. Oh dear. Not getting out of here alive, Azza.
Yeah, looking to go down was a 108 smoke wall there. Just pay attention if it comes after the minute mark. We don't tend to use it, but with that one, PTR doing a good job tagging at Lias through the smoke twice. Jonji was aggressive as well, walked through that, heard everything. Should be a bit of a freebie round. Only Glocks heading into the B1 bomb site here. He got 2 kills with this. Lias trying to get down in vents with the bomb as well. Not gonna happen. First weapon round coming up.
All right then. All right. So I better throw in this one in favour of Bad News Bears. That's interesting, right? They got a little bit of they got a couple of rounds under their belt, and already folks are feeling convinced this rifle round is going to be a good looking test in the metal of EXTREMUM.
Oh, but there's
flash!
That
There you go!
Unorthodox, okay.
Yeah, straight through the smokes and right into certain death, it would seem. They try to just explode out. It's an interesting
It's all a bait
idea.
all along. Thinking that, hey, let's go on Jonji's timing here when he starts to reload his gun. Not expecting 2 more players here from Bad News Bears. Great hold. I think EXTREMUM looks like they wanted to just check the level of Bad News Bears. Inner bomb site takes for the CTs tend to be difficult, especially when it's a full-blown execute, but it's twice now. Sure, the one eco mini split into this B1 execute. Both have kind of failed. Not sure if we'll be seeing any more of those rounds coming in from EXTREMUM for a while.
Speedy smokes. And Lias has got a kill ahead of them as well, dropping down the vent. Jonji hunting and he's dead. Oh, Lias caught switching weapons and they're going to bound out. They know there's another rotate lower. They're tempted by what the top site has in store. PTR is flying high up there. Swisher came up the vent. PTR's here as well. And I mean, the bomb dropped. Should be unrecoverable. I say that it's all on Azza. PTR drops in. Azza loses his opportunity, and that's unbelievable. Dinking PTR, but still dying to the orb. What a timing to get out of heaven there.
Yeah, he even reads it as well, expecting someone to be flanking. Good timing. Was looking too close to comfort there, but they managed to stabilize. No AWP on Grat. These inner bomb site takes haven't been working out for EXTREMUM, so we'll see what else they have in mind for us here. Oh my god, fatal HG Jacob. Ooh. HP eats from that.
Ouch. Are they going to explode, eh? They're getting ready to do so.
They're going back to these rounds, the same ones. See maybe more success this time around.
Oh, PTR.
It's just one flashbang, we run out with it. 3-on-3 now, bomb going down.
Ollie will buy them some time. Keep Spongy out of heaven. He can lay up the retake smoke. Or it's PTR to do it instead, rather. Jonji spams Jacob out through the door smoke, and now here they come. Man up. We've got a player tucked into the boxes. Once that main smoke's fade, as is in hot water, they've gone through it as well. He has no idea, but they didn't see him either. Grat trying to help out, digs the hole deeper, and Spongy clears Azza from above. It's another retake for BNB. 6-1 up right now. We're getting a great game out of them. Ever since that pistol win, it has been all Bears. That being said, they were 5-1 up at the beginning of Inferno, and we all know how that ended. So a strong start is good, but you've got to keep it going.
Yeah. And it comes from the back of as well. 3 kind of failed inner takes. At least this time around, EXTREMUM does get the bomb plant down. nets them another buy. But yeah, they haven't really been very successful with these takes so far. First bomb plant as well of the series. There's no way we keep... Maybe we should be seeing 15 rounds in a row just in these inner takes. Where's that? Have a different default here at least. Just the initial smoke and...
This is so puggy.
Yeah, well, we are getting fights everywhere, but that's what... Exactly that. Oh, it's literally everywhere. Oh my god!
2 missed shots.
Graz bomb down by ramp.
Yeah, they can group for it though. Graz come back up. This is nice. They're going to be able to trade the kill, or at least they hope. Smoke is fading soon. Spongy, where does he want to go? If he can grab a kill and just escape and reset, give them the bomb, that would be a huge play. Will they let him though? Smoke's down. Spongy's got to fight up in front. Oh, the headshot angle. He can't land one though. Oh, they've yoinked it. He's got a kill. They grabbed the bomb, but that's exactly what Spongy wants as well. He set himself up. Where does Liaz go? Vent to B, trying to make the big brain play. Spongy can walk down ramp for all he knows. He's still holding on. Does he know they've got the bomb? Liaz going to get that free plant, and Spongy knows he's here in time.
Oh, Spongy with the spray! And the round belongs to Bad News Bears. He gets them there, winning the 1v1 over Liaz, and even getting that AWP from PTR's body. 7-1 now. This is a great lead for the Bad News Bears to have. And I feel like now we've seen defeats in that first map trigger 2 very different responses in the Bad News Bears moving into a second. You know, in that pain game, we saw them fall apart, man, after losing a very, very close first map. They got 16-1. They got blown out the water. Well, here, it feels like that close loss has really fired them up with their backs against the wall. They're looking good. They've got a big lead under their belts. And they're looking to keep it that way.
Yeah, and that round, not sure what the actual plan from EXTREMUM was. Maybe it was just one of those, let's just go for some kills. Seemed very chaotic. Kills literally everywhere. This sequence as well. Spongy does a really good job here in this 1 versus 2. Even in the 1 versus 1, you don't see him. Normally the common thing is to just rush back to heaven there and kind of meet the T as they're running out. What Liaz expected as well, but Spongy just holds his calm. Very quick down for hitting that lower bomb site. And these rounds...
Again.
Yeah, normally we tend to see, even if it's 7-1, we tend to see if the rounds are close based on the economy, but for Bad News Bears, economy's looking great. And to Hugo's point, that's another B1 execute here coming in from EXTREMUM. These have not been working out at all. I'm very surprised we keep on kind of seeing them come back into these every round.
Oh, Bentet's yoinked the bomb as well. He can do whatever he wants here. Time to show off, as it were, going for the ace in this round. He's going to drop down B. Already a rotate in the form of PTR. Bentet going to have to make noise. Oh, he creeps and crawls. He's got to smoke molly if he wants to get the plant. Open smoke, no reaction. And now the plant. Faked out first time around. PTR fires the door and Bentet looks for a gap. He's not going to get given the kill though without both players grouping up for the retake. So finally puts in the numbers. Out from ramp is John G. Bentet looking for it. Missed shot. It's going to give away his position. Just staying behind default, trying to isolate kills. They're not giving him the chance. John G swings, and Bentet can't ace today. It's BTR to keep up this flawless CT side ever since that pistol for Bad News Bears.
Yeah, while the rounds are close, at least this one, Bentet's trying with what he can. Bomb plant at least gives them something. At this point, you really desperately want some rounds. I mean, my god.
What? I didn't realize that's how PTR did him. Oh. Well, this is... Yeah, man. You know, I don't know if any of us had it going quite like this to begin Nuke. But hell, man, we wanted to see the best that Bad News Bears could give. And they're not disappointing. EXTREMUM, I want to see more than what we've seen so far. Thus far, you know, like a lot of these fast executes trying to drop down Ven. Ultimately, haven't really seen a lot of depth. Like, once again, Liaz is out down the vent. Nice positioning this time around, though. He gets there unscathed. Had to make noise dropping, so they know he's made it down. And there is already a player on this bomb site in Jonji, just in case. Oh, they're crossing out, but it's not really much of a surprise, nor is it much of a secret. Rotations have already come in down towards B. There's 3 here. Jonji was the first man on the scene. And he's looking to make first contact. He's got Spongy to help him out.
This is such a perfect setup as well for B. They know EXTREMUM are coming.
Oh,
It's not gonna
banter
be-
throws the molly up top as well with ramp. It's not going to be able to clear these.
Oh my, the 2 B players kill everyone there. Essentially a 2-on-4 inside of that bomb site, and they don't need any rotate. There's nothing that can go wrong for the Bears right now.
Yeah, EXTREMUM finding a hard time here, finding answers to this CT side defense. Going back to these inner takes, haven't really been working for them. Saw them go down lower the previous round, but there was a shutdown as well. We're back to ramp, and here's Spongy.
Oh, I like that from Grat. No hesitation, just drops down ramp and hunts him down. Oh, the smoke hits the door. Jonji would have had an angle, but as he opened it, the smoke pushed it towards him, so he's on the wrong side. Swisher now spraying, swapping, not on purpose, but he's still in this round. Easy kill through the door, and another B hold. 10-1. Is this the same team we just saw on Inferno?
Man, either
Is this
Bad
the same
News Bears
team? They
get
got one
14
CT round
1.
versus Pain.
That's what I was gonna say. Either they get 14-1 or they dish out 14-1s. Okay, that's what they do.
Clearly.
It's their thing. They're on track to do it as well. I haven't seen anything yet that's compelling me to go, yeah, EXTREMUM should get a couple in right at the end of this half. You know, most of these rounds haven't even been close. And the ones that have just been guys like banter having to do everything.
Start seeing some rounds here now from EXTREMUM. Smoke wall out, 1 minute 20. Haven't seen them try and take over under Cat or anything like that as well. There are plenty of options left for EXTREMUM to pick from. Maybe this is the round, as I'm talking about it. Jonji goes down. It's a good start at least.
Yeah, Liaz has been great at getting these opening kills. It just feels like with every 5-on-4 they can't close. Spongy gets tagged. He was hell, the orb from Grat. Shooting through the window. It's a glass that saves Spongy after all. Oh, nice shot. Swish has gone. Orb here, they jump over it. PTR seemed poised for that kill, but not today. And Spongy finished off as well. It might finally be on to a second round, unless PTR has anything to say. He's hit Jacob, but Alta's gone from the round, and PTR might just save. Whoa! Run!
Oh! Threaded the
Oh,
needle.
God.
Yeah, man, he's completely surrounded there. It was only a matter of time.
Finally, round on the board for EXTREMUM. It's been dry at camp. But a good start here, opening up from Liaz. See a tag as well from Spongy. But 1 round here, or rather 2, is not enough. Need to string some more rounds together. Peter with a great spawn, but oh man, Jacob also, same thing. Spots PTR on the cross. Not a good entry here from EXTREMUM. Let's see if they can actually capitalize on it.
Yeah, Jacob with his 2nd kill in the map. He was really good back on Inferno, so some players having some troubles here for EXTREMUM, and Bad News Bears taking as much advantage as they can. Ramp take, no one here. Spongy just leaving this position, helping out outside. He's going to be regaining this position late. He's not going to take it. The molly keeps him out. And now you got to think about where your B rotates coming in. Swish is fast about it. Him and Alter down the vent immediately, but EXTREMUM are running rampant over B in front of the molly. One dropped, massive play from Swisher. A4 player, 2 frags from it. He is beasting right now, hunted by Bentet through the Molotov, but he knows his time is limited. He needs to grab that bomb. Az has killed another out on B. Alter, going in a bit early, has left this one on the chopping block. Jonji's got an AWP, and he's going to try and deny the plant. Oh dear, whiffed shot. Spongy with it all to do in a 1v2.
Yeah, not going to be easy for Spongy. The bomb getting planted. He's rerouted up into control. Looking to try and hit this timing on players leaving, and it's a lot of damage in this spray. Dealing with 1 out of 2 and tagging the other up just a little bit, but Azza,
very fast.
Yeah, has been very decisive in this rotate. Meets him in the double doors. They clash, and Azza lives to tell the tale. It's another round on the board for EXTREMUM. Still in with a chance at 5-10 in this first half. That's recoverable, right? It's not ideal. You're never going to walk away 5-10 and go, oh, we're happy about that. But it's like a nice bare minimum for you to try and work with.
Maybe the previous one, super close at that. It's like they're not aware of where Spongy can be at by the window. Almost gets his collateral. Not sure how the money was looking for Bad News Bears side, but with back-to-back round losses here, I can only imagine that it's probably pretty low.
Swish is 17-5, I think, right now. It's just... what? I said this like 3 games in. I'm going to stop saying it when he has a bad map. But, man, Swisher. Pretty nuts.
Right.
Not happened yet.
We talked about it as well. Maybe Swisher is the version then for Tricked.
Yeah, I almost don't want, you know, I'd rather this team just got an AUG than, you know, we started sniping players out of this roster.
Yeah, it's like with the whole debate, like the idea of, you know, a world where someone like Safe could join Furia over Junior. It's like, I don't want to touch Pain. I don't want to touch Fury. I don't want to start changing this cool little Bad News Bears unit around. You know, it kind of comes with the territory right now in NA, right? You probably are going to have players get sniped at some point.
Yeah, I mean, if you were, I don't want this to happen, but if you were going to snipe a player from this team, woo, y'all know where you're going.
Dungeon, for sure.
I mean, there's arguments to be made for every player, Harry.
Okay.
But from what we've seen.
No, yeah, Swisher. I know that's who you were alluding to.
Yeah, I'm just considering the inexperience. You know, Jonji's been around the block. Swisher certainly hasn't. He's just learned to walk, so grab him while he's fresh and new. Like Fang, right? Like, very talented player, but even Sonic was saying in that interview yesterday, yeah, this guy has a lot to learn, and that much is clear, but he's keen to learn. He wants to learn. Why wouldn't you want to become one of the best players in the world? And so, you know, he's on that trajectory. He's trying to get to that position. On a base level, the mechanics are there, but that's not all you need to play Tier 1 Counter-Strike.
All right, Hugo. Here's a question.
Yeah.
It's like a spin on GeoGuessr.
Okay.
Right. Petey Arrow is trying to find you. What
Good
country
luck.
are you hiding in?
Not Vietnam.
Not Vietnam.
Not Vietnam.
That would be a bad place.
I mean, I can't answer that question because if he is listening, and I know he's a big fan of our work, he would use that against me, wouldn't he? So I can't.
Give me a
reveal.
hand sign, like for the country.
For a country?
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm supposed to
Yarrow
do this. Yarrow guesser.
Yarrow
Where is
guesser.
Peter Yarrow now?
With now the shoe's on the other foot, we have to find Peter Yarrow. We have to track him down.
I just asked Darth Mike's brother, mate. He has like a telekinesis, link there.
Telekinesis link.
Telekinetic
It's not
link.
actually telekinesis. It's just due to the court agreement, Darth Mike's brother has to say where he is at all times. He has to let the Yarrow
keep
family know.
A 3-country distance,
Three
minimum.
countries of distance.
Minimum.
That's
Is
pretty
BT
sick.
Yarrow too close to you? Let us know with the hashtag BTSCSGO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
important.
Hashtag Yarrow guess it.
That's YARROW.
Looking forward to reading those.
Well, you talked about the 5-round half and the potential of it, Harry. Here we go. Visualized an eco with a hero orb from Jonji. Man does not care. He spent every dollar he had for this glass AWP. And man, it better be put to good use as a result. Oh no, Silo player just crossed as he looked away. His team have called that they're outside. He's going back up, getting ready. Is their Molly secret? Cross coming through, EXTREMUM. This is nice. We're seeing more control being taken. You wanted this, Robin. They're going all the way round.
Yeah, some change, some diversity. Lias again with an entry. Not the guy if you're Bad News Bear. Sure, it's an eco. Swisher going down. (10-4).
Lucky they haven't seen the AWP because you don't want to fire a shot now. You just want to save that.
And I'm sure with the start of that T side for EXTREMUM, they're happy with this, even if it is only 4 rounds. Better than 1. Still 1 round left to be played though, and I like it, as I mentioned with EXTREMUM. Start to take some more map control. Wouldn't surprise me if we go back and we see one of those inner bomb side executes again on timing maybe. To round out the half. I hope not. I feel like they've had much more success with these smoke walls outside. Utilize the players that you have on your team. You want to go for that entry first, fair. Sure, go and fair enough. Do that and hit that inner bomb side if you want, but Bad News Bears have showed again and again that they've done a really good job on these inner bomb side holds. Vibet odds on screen as well, favoring Bad News Bears at the moment. For map 2. And I don't think we're going to be seeing an inner round here. Graz has the AWP. Unless he wants to pull a safe and be first one in here.
Looked for the pick, but smoked off at the door. PTL fires a shot, but then completely changes position, going down lower. We've seen some late outside takes as of these last few rounds for EXTREMUM. This is no different. And so PTR perfect position for this play. Wide smokes this time. Can lead you into garage if you want. PTR's got to respect the molly, got to wait a few more seconds as those smokes start tumbling down outside. Jonji is going above, but will he go beyond?
Yeah, let's see.
Big nade.
Ooh, PTR taking a little peek. Oh, there's a lot of bodies coming after him. PTR does get down through secret. Still looking all right. Jonji caught by Banter outside. And now they're wrapping over here towards heaven and hell. Oh, PTR's got to have his head on a swivel. He's looking at hell at the right time. Just has to try and hold on to ramp. Oh, they get up heaven. There's still a guy in ramp. Ah! He just shoots him in the back, doesn't he? EXTREMUM. They take 5. A 5-10 half. That's recoverable. So depending on who you're a fan of, if you're a fan of the Aussies, if you're a fan of guys like banter, you're looking forward to the promise of a potential comeback. If you're a Bad News Bears fan, you're hoping that they can keep this 10-5 chugging along just fine. Find out how this second map goes in just a moment. Catch you in a minute.
We've gone from extreme joy to extreme despair as EXTREMUM are losing their map pick to the Bad News Bears. Is that going to stay the same? Let's see.
Yeah, a bit of a recovery at the end of the half, but it's fast for BNB. Out A, it didn't work well for EXTREMUM, and we're having similar results. Bantet with a CZ, wrapping them out of the round. The bomb's been dropped, and probably the round here for BNB. Spongy out the door, not for long. And everyone helps Bantet out in that easy peasy pistol round with no casualties for EXTREMUM.
Yeah, we've seen the inner takes and we've seen these ramp plays as the main 2 pistol rounds this event so far. Neither one of them have been very successful, I'd add. Really what EXTREMUM needed though, they won the previous pistol on their T side on Nuke, but right after that was going for a quick mini play. Didn't quite work out the way they wanted it to. That's when Bad News Bears started their insane dominant CT side. So yes, no plant from Bad News Bears. We do see a buy. PTR with a scout. Jacobs outside as well, gets the kill on John G. Drops to 29 HP though, so want to be mindful. They're aware that the PTR is out here with the scouts as well.
Cross is covered at least. The org on ground. Okay.
Yeah, lol, was covered, you mean? Now getting wrapped over here in Garage is Jacob. He'll take 1. That's a bit of a spinal tap there. Mamma mia, Azza comes in and mops that one up. 7 on the board for EXTREMUMs. Maybe they're in with a comeback.
Maybe. Want to see the gun rounds first from BNB, right? What they want to show us, what they have prepared for this one. It's not their map pick though, but more than friendly with a bit of T side of Nuke. John G always has a bear on his bed.
Yeah, of
just
course.
to rep the band.
Of course.
So if you were to pick them up, if you have a team logo or a mascot, he would have that instead on the bed.
Exactly.
Well, so when he was in Chaos, his room was a tip. Makes sense, right?
There we go.
When he was in Bad News Bears, now it's tidy with a bear on the bed.
What's the bad news? Don't have an org, I guess.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad news. Well, it might get
Like
worse.
like to keep a shirtless man on the bed when I'm playing CS in the background.
Good luck taking that one.
Where do we even take that, Richard? You know you've derailed the round. And who even won it? I started, tears started coming out my eyes.
The blue people.
The blue people do it
On
again.
our screen, you know.
Ah, the blues, yes.
Ah, yes, the blues. Gerard loved the Reds, didn't he? Oh.
You a Peep Show fan, Richard?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you not hear his
He loves a
chance
good
to be a
peep show.
fine throwing? Yeah, he does, actually. He threw in a chance to be a fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I
did,
just
yeah.
didn't catch it. Okay, that's banging.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm sort of a combination of all of the characters in that, which is deeply upsetting.
Yeah, terrifying even.
Even Super Hands. So.
Oh no,
especially-
Super Hands
especially
is like
him.
the best character in the damn thing. Yeah, no man, he's got gratisfaction.
Push him, and then just click him.
Till you can get your
Gratisfaction. Instead of casting, it should just be dead.
Yeah,
Really frags,
and that's just gratisfaction fragging out to the song. Benny Benassi.
Dominic DeCoco.
Is that from Inglorious Bastards? Okay, yeah. Dominic DeCoco now.
Arrivederci.
That's like one of my favorite scenes, man. Arrivederci.
Yeah, the way Brad Pitt nails that because he's already doing a bad accent, and then he has to do a bad accent while doing a bad accent. It's like, Arrivederci.
They took your nerves.
Yeah.
Oh, Grat has lit them up this round. You know, we talked about his outside open. You can see why. What a dude.
Beautiful mustache. For a beautiful man. And look at those odds, man. They were heavy for BNB in the first half. Fair enough, right? This was 10-2 at one point in time. 10-1 even. What am I saying? That's EXTREMUM.org. But it's a bit of a recovery here for the boys in blue. Now 4 rounds in a row on the CT side. Ooh-wee. They're back in. Pistols out. Looking for the 10-10. Oh no, it's hot.
Yeah, it's always hottest before the cold. That's what they say. And this round, a little couple from PTR, but in the end, it's nothing more than just a couple. You know, not a round win, not what you wanted. EXTREMUM. But I changed the way I say their
hard,
name
isn't it? Yeah.
every damn time I say it.
EXTREMUM. Out.
Yeah.
Another round.
EXTREMUM out.
Yeah. Nice little eco push to the side. Now we've got a full buy. And needs to show tangible results here for the T side. BNB gone awfully quiet near the end of this one.
Do you have a tech swisher away from the computer? He's telling the parents to stop downloading. Problems back in the day when the internet's
Dial
as
up,
good
of
as
course.
nowadays.
Yeah. New rule for the RMRs: you must use dial-up to preserve competitive integrity. So we're all on 56k for this one.
No. The OT money is only 10.
Well, saw where you were going with that immediately as soon as I used the letter K.
Yeah. Had to happen.
Yeah. It's 3:30 in the morning. We're just all out of shit. So we're
Not
just going to be
just
quoting
us.
TV. We're just going to be quoting TV shows now for the remainder. TV shows, maybe some movies, mostly TV shows.
It is around this time where it does slowly start to degrade itself, the cast.
I mean, Robin, you've got to lift us up, mate. What time is it where you are right now?
Oh, listen, I'm on your time, man. 3:30 a.m. 7:30 p.m. PST.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Yeah,
just,
there we go.
Just
The
getting
real
started.
time.
Just getting warmed up.
Wow. The night is young. If this goes to 3 maps. But right now, I'm getting a bit scared for the Bears.
Yeah, I think we all are getting a bit scared for the bears, both, you know, in real life where many of them are endangered in their habitats, but also in the server where their habitat ain't looking so sweet either, let's say. nearing extinction from the RMR are the Bad News Bears, but Jonji, knowing that a big bear has got to protect these little cubs, he tries to make a play happen outside, ends up getting traded after one. Now they look at Ram. Liaz also looking at Ram, but from the other direction. They run right by one another. They never meet. Liaz is holding on to B, but in reality, Bad News Bears are looking like they want to try and wrap hell.
Jacob's playing for this one, though, so they can't do anything about it. Liaz has called, no one has gone down to lower, and Jacob is in a very passive position. That's fine if they try and wrap the outside, but they could go up the heaven here, up the ladder. Luckily for him, they're dropping down into the dungeons below. Liaz with a flash might give away his position. He's going to use it to change and get to the back of the site. Quick spot, but now he's in hot water. They have mollies, they have nades, they have everything to get him out of position. Asa needs to assist. Oh, it's a missed shot. They both get domed by Swisher and Spongy, and now the T's control that bottom site.
In many ways, Harry, if there was a species of bear called the Bad News Bears, be very hard to sort of reconcile if they didn't go extinct. Just saying, you know.
Yeah, Richard, man. Yeah, no, that's I don't even know how you think of some of the words that you do.
The words
in the orders they're in.
Yeah, the hard part is the order. I'm not going to lie. You know.
Otherwise, people just pick through dictionaries. You know.
Yeah. Don't want to blow my own trumpet, but you know, do know a lot of words. Sure. But
it's
mostly, mostly it's my ability to assemble them in an order that's amusing while also conforming to linguistic syntax that really puts me over the top in this business.
Gets you going, does it? Any good?
I need a minute. I got.
Any good at puzzles, Richard?
No, actually, no. Puzzles being well, are we talking word puzzles?
You can whatever puzzles you want.
Well, if it's word puzzles, the answer's still no. I just sort of wanted to float the possibility that there were some puzzles.
Harry just spat his drink everywhere. I'm going to unmute his mic, let him giggle.
I'm covered in juice. I'm covered in juice, Richard. How could you do this to me?
I'm sorry. That didn't mean to make you bite down on that tangerine. It's quite so hard.
Oh dear. Yeah, he bit his tongue. It was doing all the hard work. It was halfway through unpeeling it, but now we've got to unpeel this round, gentlemen, because it's a big one, and it's on the B bomb side. 10 up as they enter through the single door, and Liaz, oh, that was a bit of a mare. Grat keeps the round alive with an AWP shot, bomb planted. Retake on, AWP at the back, and drop Swisher off the plant. PTR does escape with his life, but he needs to put that life to good use. Him and Alter in a 2v4 post plant.
Oh, Alter, Molly, out into the open, still takes one to the grave with him. PTR now, all eyes on you, and PTR, Grat catches him on the cross back, and the defuse is in. EXTREMUM, they tie it up, a huge round out of Grat's faction. Look at this guy.
Yeah, you said when he has this AWP, man, he can either be like the best in the server or just completely invisible. Well, he hasn't had the AWP a lot, but when he has, man, he's been putting up huge rounds here for EXTREMUM. Lovely shot.
Oh my god. Looking scared there at the end. Grat saves them 4 kills to his name for that round. 2 close rounds here. Plant previous round and well, 2 rounds ago, and I guess a plant one before. So BNB want to buy here again. They know that they are getting close of potentially resetting EXTREMUM here. Just a bit of a fake for dropping down events. Even if they didn't, well, actually we see it now. It's a little bit later, but Jonji, but it's good flashbang as well coming in from Bad News Bears. Chaotic at the same time.
Yeah, so much pressure on that door that there were 3 players looking at it. Even the main players not looking outside. Jacob grabbed one before he died, but with all that main drop madness coming in from Bad News Bears. They've caught a player up in heaven. Asa doesn't know. He's just missing timing on those secret guys coming up, and they kill him as well. Swisher is surprised that no one's going to be ready for this position. Bintet is all that stands. Liaz dead in hell. He does catch one crossing, but the bomb makes it. Alter in the bomb site. Swisher very wide on the rafters. Bintet's got a read, and he's got the kill. 1v1. Bintet dead, and it's Alter keeping this game in the favor of the Bears. Just trading rounds right now. Much like Inferno, no clear winner in sight.
Yeah, but the difference here, Hugo, is, as I mentioned if you look at the difference, EXTREMUM here on the back foot, right? We look at the lost bonus money. This is, when you talk about potential of a comeback on the T side, it's the later stages on CT sides like this. When you're at a $1,900 loss bonus, you win a round, you lose it, you're back on a double eco. 12 to 11 as well when this is happening. EXTREMUM kind of forced to buy, right? And as I mentioned, double eco territory, that's 14 rounds potential for Bad News Bears before EXTREMUM has a chance to get back into this. So extremely important round where the odds just change completely now. Could be seeing a third map.
Unless, now run with me on this one, unless they win this force. We've seen weirder things happen. There's an AWP, there's a shotgun, and there may be a little top hit here as everyone sets up in the lobby. Bintet with a CZ. This weapon could be a make or break.
They've seen Jacob outside. See, Bad News Bears are probably sweating a little bit too. Like, they know the implications of going up against money like this. They know that these rounds can get out of hand, and they don't want it to.
No.
But that's the thing. The choice might not be down to you. Jacob's Deagle brings another man down at 2 HP. He's done
so much damage.
much. Yeah, the rest of the gang can try finish the job. Gratisfaction's AWP has dealt with one. Azza waiting with the big 9-7. Ooh. Is he going to even get to put it?
No.
Yeah, Grat's the man to do the damage, catches the bomb falling out. Now, Jonji, the man wrapping heaven, he has got to be the one to define this round. He has got to be the man to open it up. Grat is on the angle though, and so damn quick. 12 to 12, EXTREMUM with the force buy. It almost feels like it was bound to happen. Just a lot of noises, just a lot of disappointed noises.
A lot of pain, man. I can't believe they hit the top site on that buy, right? You know, maybe they didn't know it was a full force. Obviously, Grat with the AWP there as well is absolutely lights out. He's the savior. Kills the bomb crossing out, defies the flank up heaven. He just turned around last second. Like, Jonji should have the round in the palm of his hand, but he's cleared. And they go into a top hit, a late delay top hit with no kind of fake. Like, the fake outside doesn't do anything. It doesn't send anyone down B. Liaz stays on ramp. Okay, he's not in the action, but everyone else is on top.
Jacob does a really good job that round as well, to your point, Hugo, right? The fake outside, because he pushes outside. Let's remember that, right? He spots people. He knows there's no one aggressive, falls back and gets into that position and gets the one kill, does a lot of damage as well. And this is a guy on that T side. He had one kill, remember? The double and then getting the second one. So definitely coming alive here a little bit more, Jacob.
Ooh. That's a Jonji just hung it wide on the vent drop.
They know though for sure.
Yeah, of course they know. Oh, Jonji might have been a cool little you know, why fakey ladder stall into the B play, but the AWPs churning them up. There is an AWP now dropped over to Spongely, but unfortunately he's hunted down.
I know this may suck for the BNB side, but like, we're seeing a really exciting EXTREMUM right now, and I want that to like take note. These guys are super fun to watch when they're feeling it. Liaz just grabbed an AWP for the first time this series. He just had a big double kill. The read down lower, Jacob dropped quickly. I'm really liking what we're seeing. Bintet keeps it up. He had a great Inferno. Same story here.
I think Richard made a really good point earlier as well when he said, like, if you look at the team that Bad News, or that the teams Bad News Bears kind of lose to, right? It is like your pain game into your extra assaults, occasionally your triumphs, but I think that's a lot more back and forth than one that Bad News Bears more often do not win out. I think, you know, looking at this, they can't be too disappointed if this is the end of the line. What? It might not be. They're still giving EXTREMUM a good run for their money. Alter and Jonji giving the entries over. But a bomb plant for heaven, that's getting
Oh,
denied.
bye-bye.
Liaz, the nade, the Leets altar, the bomb still goes down in his dying breath. He's set up his team with that at least. PTR and Spongy trying to keep this game ticking on, trying to keep this series from ending, and they get the double opener. But now with Gratisfaction left to deal with, that AWP gone from his arsenal. Instead, he's onto the AK, and fast through the hut is PTR, never ready for the wrap, but Grat with the turn! Lightning fast, lightning speed, and 14 now locked in, and it's all Gratisfaction to get him there, baby.
Man, he was so quiet first half. As soon as he's had the AWP, this guy has just looked like a completely different player. He's had so many multi-kills. He's had 2 post-plant clutches. And that one was not one that you can, bank on him winning. PTR got that timing. He crept out the hut. But it's that last footstep. He ran right at the bitter end in case Grat was sticking, and that gave away his position. Grat flicks. And man, who doesn't love a Grat flick? 14-12 and an empty T side for Bad News Bears. It's just getting worse. How do you hit that?
Yeah, he's feeling it right now. Bad News Bears, at least they're getting the bomb plants down so they can buy, but Jonji going down, trying to do something. Had a good spawn as well. Not expecting Grat to be hitting that, and oh my.
Yeah, dry peaks. That's what Grat wants, and that's what Grat takes. 2 more. Jacob finishes, and Tag and Spongy above has made things interesting, but we're still banking on a 1-on-5 here to keep BNB in this tournament, to keep them in contention. Otherwise, no money, just loss bonus against 15. Az is now taking the AWP, he's locking down outside. And the bomb is under his dominion as well. Spongy, shot from behind, and Bentet will finish the job. 15-12, a 10-5 half for BNB.
It was 10-1 at one point, right?
Good point.
From 10-1 to 15-12 the other way. You can't knock EXTREMUM, man. Their like resilience is looking impressive. Like, don't get me wrong, these guys have been around the block, right? They shouldn't have an excuse like for getting in their own head or anything. They should be a resilient team. But you know, man,
Proof's in the pudding.
to be able to actually go out there and do it versus a Bad News Bears that were probably feeling on fire at the end of the end of that first half, right? You're 10-1 up, things are going so well, everything you're doing's working, you're believing in the comeback. And then somehow Asa re-energizes his boys. They even it out with a 5-10 half. All right, not too shabby, not too good either, though, bear in mind. And now they're in pole position. They're about to run away with this series. They're just 1 round away from it. Since that 10-1, they've given Bad News Bears 2 rounds. That's it.
Could be said for Inferno. Maybe the scoreline was a little bit less there, but EXTREMUM slow starters on both of the maps, but definitely waking up when required. Another test waits for them then, if they do end up winning this last round. It's Liquid. At least out of the elimination territory. As we've mentioned today, EG already being eliminated out of the tournament. Loser of this as well, with the second one to go. Here we go. Done this a few times now, Bad News Bears. A bit of a flash setup to try and get someone down in vents, or at least to fake into it. Grat spots one, but misses. That's not very like him from what we've seen the past few rounds.
Yeah, okay. Suddenly double opener out of nowhere. Jonji finished off, and Alter was tagged by Grat, so he's on the edge, Swisher. Oh, he's walking into Jacob. The time he turns, but he might still get away with a kill. Missed shot from Swisher, and Jacob evades capture. PTR opening the door at B, and he's got the bomb, trying to stick it in the smoke.
Oh,
Liaz could deny it. Oh, he doesn't want to pull the shot. He wants to wait for the guaranteed kill, and instead he gets nothing, neither. Spotted as well. As we're on the flank, PTR tries to hunt, and Liaz wins that engagement. 2-on-3. Spongy has a big flank, but he pulls the knife for speed, and that is not going to help him. Alter tagged by Grat, and Azza finishes the job. What a round round. What a game for EXTREMUM. They take a 2-0 victory. They go forward to face Liquid, and they knock Bad News Bears out of the competition.
Welcome back to the CS Summit 8, the regional major ranking event for North America. We're going to be wrapping it up now and wrapping it up by talking about EXTREMUM, who've overcome Bad News Bears. As we did last time, let's talk about the losers a little bit because we won't talk about them again over the course of the broadcast. Bad News Bears, man, it's hard. Like, they were so close on so many maps and really performed above expectations so many times. I do have to question their mental fortitude, though. Like, to see them throw a lead, the type that they built up, I think it was 10-1 at one point, and then we're talking about a lost map. You know, we saw them get battered 16-1 by Pain on Nuke as well, and they said we just tilted. These things you're going to have to work on, guys, because it is tough at the highest level.
For sure, and it felt... Go ahead, Robin.
I was just going to give credit a little bit to Bad News Bears, right? You know, even making it to this phase, yeah, sure, you can be upset about the loss, but you got to give credit to where credit's due. Some good performances throughout the event, I feel like, for these guys, and nothing but upwards trajectory. To your point, Richard, right? Mental fortitude, I think that comes with experience. I think that comes with playing more events like this, right? Not feeling like, hey, you know, losing this series is not the end of the world, right? Still a fantastic performance nonetheless. Go ahead, Hugo.
Yeah, it's just a shame, man. They lost that game to Liquid in you know, the BO3 before that was so damn close. Like, they could have never been in this position in the first place. They could have been going, you know, straight through to the next stage, but instead, obviously, down to the lower bracket, as we've already seen today, have been brutal games, right? EG Furia, that was already cutthroat with the fact that both those teams are there. And then EXTREMUM, you know, you can say they didn't live up to expectations so far with this new roster, but, you know, this is a big win. And I think we're actually seeing some really good Counter-Strike out of them, some of the best in a while. And I think they actually will make a bit more of a run at this tournament. Obviously, they're against Liquid next, but both teams are already qualified for what is the playoffs of the main event. So, you know, there's more
just for seeding, essentially.
Exactly, yeah.
Something else I just want to add on there quick, Richard. If
some Disaronno, perhaps?
No, is basically like the way I'm looking at this, man. It is the first team that left this stage today was EG. The second team to leave was Bad News Bears. Teams had to go, and when you look at the caliber of teams that were cut loose, right, I think it just shows how high the level in NA really is. The fact that EG are even one of those teams up for discussion is kind of mind-blowing, right? They're out. Bad News Bears, I don't want them to be too disappointed with this run, man. They made it to this phase. They looked really good back in phase 2. It's clear that they are above the level of like the kind of tier 2 teams, but it's when they face the tier 1 opposition, right, the seasoned guys, that's where I think you still have some more growing to go through, right? You have to learn some hard lessons, and the only way to learn them is by getting beat up in ways like this, right? You learn, you grow, you move on, you get better. Right now, they're doing all of this with no organizational support, so I really do encourage you to buy in now while the going's good, because this could be a team that does some damage in the future.
Yeah, and look, you know, you got to say EXTREMUM, they were the ones that came in with a, you know, big reputation. But typically games like this is where they've come unstuck in the past, right? So we've definitely seen an evolution. They were really good against Extra Salt. Very unlucky that was a 2-0. Doesn't tell the full story. And here they were able to overcome very sort of tenacious, gritty, you know, Bad News Bears team on their map and on their map pick as well. So, yeah, I think EXTREMUM are feeling good right now. This is the best I've seen of them. When I've watched them in Europe, I've been unimpressed, but they've certainly looked good here at the RMR.
Yeah, I mean, when you... again, Hugo.
Man, you two are so insane.
Yeah.
Sorry,
well,
bro.
I was going to say,
cute,
so much
really.
to say, dude.
Not only do they play good, I mean, I think that the guys show up that we, you know, kind of talk about banter, right? You know, the new replacement of JKS. You kind of expect this guy to be making waves, right? It's nice that Grat also kind of shows up here. The one beauty as well for EXTREMUM for me here is when we do look at this roster, especially when you have, or when you're in a flunk, it's very hard to, or it's very easy to be hard on yourself, right? So for both of these two maps, you are coming in, and you are having to essentially fight your way back into both of these two maps that we see, both on Inferno, but then also the 10-1 scoreline on Nuke. But they managed to do it, right? And they do it pretty well. And I think it speaks volumes for itself here, right? That we talk about this team in general. Yeah, rough time in Europe. That scene in general, that tier 2 scene, the top 20 to top 40, I feel like anyone can beat anyone at that given day, you know, depending on the day.
Yeah.
I'd even argue and going as far as even some of these tier 1 teams that we have over there, the top 10s to the top 15s, any given day, right? If these guys show up, they will have a hard time beating some of these opponents that EXTREMUM have found themselves playing against more and more over in Europe. But it's nice to see them waking up. Wouldn't be the same without, you know, having both EG and EXTREMUM eliminated from this event.
Yeah, and of course we get into this crazy world, EXTREMUM and Team Liquid taking each other on. Obviously, no one's going to get eliminated there, but I mean, I wouldn't want to have to call that game. You know, I think based on what we've seen from both teams, they're definitely going to have opportunities to beat each other, right? I think that's going to be incredibly close.
Yeah, it's almost like a game that's kind of hard to quantify because it feels like EXTREMUM, they're kind of above the level we anticipated, and Liquid, I feel like they're maybe below the level that we hold them to, right? So they're always weird ones. Like you're kind of begging for an upset victory and something like that. So yeah, no, I don't even know where to begin there, Richard, either. I think that's one best left for when we get to it, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
Well, look, what I can do in the meantime is obviously give a shout out to our sponsors for those who've been, following it. If you haven't and you're still with us, what we want you to do is go and support our sponsors via Bet, which you can do by taking part in the $2 challenge. All you have to do is register with the code BTS Groups. Claim your $2 no deposit bonus, and then the highest balance generated by someone that takes advantage of that will be able to take home a StatTrak AWP Asimov field tested. All you need to do as well, if you're too lazy to remember all of that, exclamation mark in the chat, follow that link and register. And just remember, it's only available to over 18s. Gamble responsibly, and 1 entry per player allowed. Right, with that said, we have got an interview with one of the EXTREMUM members. It's going to be Jacob joining us now. Thanks so much. Good to see you again. I feel like it's been a while.
It has
been a long time. So yeah, let's talk about EXTREMUM and their journey so far. Obviously, I know you guys have been playing in Europe. You've been playing up against varying degrees of opposition, and honestly, it's been a real tough time for you guys. You seem to have found some form here at the RMR. So let's talk a little bit about changes and how you guys have started to head in the right direction.
Yeah, no doubt it has been rough for us after we started the team. We played in a couple of tournaments, not tier 1, which we were used to be fair. So it's a little bit of like a change, you know. And the EU scene is really hard. All the tier 2, tier 3 team, they shoot hard, they work hard. And this online era is kind of hard, you know. There's a new meta, or kind of everyone plays their own meta, to be honest. So I don't know, it's been rough, but we have been putting in a lot of work, and hopefully it's gonna pay off when we're here in America, because this is basically where we became a good team and, you know, did all our good results. So we feel kind of home.
Jacob, man, talk to me. You know, you went and had a little brief stint over in Apex, right? You were playing out there. I think that's how you pronounce the name. But yeah, you know, and then obviously you get the band back together plus banter. What was your decision making there? Did you miss playing with the boys?
To be fair, at the time where we figured out that NACS was gonna die and we had to move home or stick together, I guess. I decided I wanted to come home to Norway and actually try to, you know, build an Norwegian team. That was my goal, and that's what I wanted to do. Not that nothing worked, it wasn't clicking, you know. I liked all the guys, I even liked the org. But when I got the offer to come back to them, I don't know, it was like something I missed when I was in Apex, and it's the place that, you know, got the best out of me as a player. I've been in a couple of teams, you know, had up and downs, you know. Some teams I've been good in, some teams I've been bad in, so it just felt, you know, right to come back to these guys, because they know what's in me and I know what I can do with them.
Congrats on the win, firstly, Jacob. I wanted to ask about Buntet. Obviously, we've seen you guys, the boys, as a core for a long time. We've always been supporters, but with Buntet in this team, he's had quite the career over in Asia, in NA, and now over in EU. How's he fitting into the team? How's the vibe? And you know, what's it like playing with him? He's a sharp shooter right now.
Yeah, bringing in Bentet is has been very good for the group. I think he's a very fun dude. You know, like JKS was also that, but he was more like, you know, laid back, I guess. Meanwhile, Bentet is very like active and hyper and brings a lot to the team in that way as well. In the start, when we brought him in, it was more like, let's put him in JKS's role. But they're kind of different player, you know, so it didn't really work out. So we freed him up a bit, and the man is sharp, and he's gonna deliver some good numbers and some good results for us for sure.
So just the last question, and then I'll let you go and celebrate with the boys. Yes, you're going to be taking on Team Liquid next. Obviously, no tournament life on the line when that happens. Team Liquid do seem to be struggling right now, so I just wanted to ask, you know, how confident you guys were ahead of that match, and about, you know, how much belief there is that you can upset another big-name team.
We definitely believe that we can beat them. We know them very well. We played them probably a million times. So we come into that game and, you know, trying to put on a good show and actually beat them. Also because it will be very good for our ranking, because at the moment we're not happy with that, you know. We want to get some points, get some invites, you know. So the game means more than just nothing for us.
Okay. Well, look, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us. You be well. Looking forward to watching you play against Team Liquid.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Great
Great answers.
Yeah, I love talking to Jacob. I love getting to talk to that guy, man. I like it as well that we heard a little bit about how, you know, wanted to go back to Norway, see if he could build a team up, because they figured NACS was probably like dying out. And at the time, man, you know, that wasn't that bad of a judgment call to make. But
he might want to start being a tarot reader with that, Gary. Get the cards out, you know what I mean?
Tarot reader. Oh.
Yeah. So look, there you can see now confirmation of today's result. Shockingly, EG are out. They will no longer be in contention for any more RMR points. And in Group A, we've got Oplano Furia in a rematch, one of the most sensational upsets at the tournament so far. We get to run it back. Stakes are a little bit different. You don't want to miss that one, though. It's going to be crazy. Furia say they have a plan for the plan. Over in Group B, you can see Extra Salt get to chill, enjoy that extra day off. And with Bad News Bears going out despite their pluck, Team Liquid versus EXTREMUM is what we have down there. And that's going to be mighty close. I love what Jacob said there. How he said that game matters to us because we have to start climbing up the ranking. We need to start getting invited to more events. We're not playing. So don't want to miss that one either. And you can see we're going to have both of them in one day in an incredible feast of Counter-Strike starting at 2:30 Pacific. Make sure you join us for that. Guys, as always, we have to wrap up now and drift off doing unhealthy late night, early morning drinking. Alone, some of us. No, it's going to be okay, guys. We could just hang out on Discord, but no, it's all right. Don't worry about it. I'll be fine. What are your last thoughts?
Yeah, my last thoughts. I think we should hang out, Richard. Let's get the band back together.
Now you guys play Counter-Strike. I can't deal with that. Like I think that's more unhealthy than late night drinking at 4 in the morning, isn't it? But anyway,
it definitely is. It definitely is. For some of the people we ran into, you're not wrong.
The stress. But look, yes, one final thought, a quick final thought, and then we'll let everybody go home. What stood out for you today? Go on, Robin. I'll do you first.
I mean, obviously very disappointed for EG. Happy to see at least Furia making their way. When we look just at ranking and stuff, I don't think it would have been the same without him. Say could be said for EG, but I definitely think they have a lot of work to be done. Hopefully, you know, that kind of team sticks together, right? And we won't be seeing any more, you know, drastic changes in the North American scene. For the later stages as well, I'm happy that EXTREMUM are winning. Yeah, we always talk about the Cinderella story with Bad News Bears, but let's be honest here when we talk about, you know, the big events, and we want the big dogs to show up, and EXTREMUM did just that today. So another good day, I'd say, at the CS Summit.
Harry?
Yeah, my note for me would just be Furia, excited to see them kind of, you know, looking a bit more like the team he wanted. I feel like we're starting to see some of the bigger teams coming alive now. And so I think as we get into these playoffs, this is where things are going to get really exciting, man. I can't wait to see how the seeding plays out as well. And the fact that EXTREMUM, in that interview, you know, we just had Jacob say, we're playing for rank. We want to be at events more. They're no longer riding off the success of 100 Thieves. These guys have got to start grinding again. So I'm very excited to see how that journey goes for them and if they are able to rise up.
Yeah. I just want to go back to EXTREMUM again.
Also, buy Bad News Bears.
Yeah, buy Bad News Bears, of course. That's a go-to. But yeah, EXTREMUM impressed me today. I was hoping after the Extra Salt game that wasn't just a one-trick pony, that we would see more from them. And yeah, here we are. We're seeing more from them. I actually think they're going to beat Liquid in that next game as well. So why not jump on the EXTREMUM train? Shout out Buntet, big fragger. Nice to hear Jacob talk about how they moved his role around a little bit. You can definitely see that he's looking far more comfortable. And if Grat can keep up some of the AWP clutches that we've been seeing today, then this is a scary roster right now.
Well, look, thanks so much for keeping me company over the course of the broadcast. It's been another fantastic day of Counter-Strike, and I've enjoyed talking about it with you guys. And, of course, thanks to all of you for tuning in. We're going to be back tomorrow, 2:30 Pacific. More crazy twists and turns in this RMR. You don't want to miss it. So I know you won't. See you then.